The Idaho Steelheads down to the final weekend of the regular season as they play host to the Utah Grizzlies here tonight and tomorrow evening. Puck drops at 7:10 p.m. Cam McGuire here sitting alongside Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Well, Sheener, game 71 of 72 tonight. It's crazy where the time has gone.
Yeah, it's wild. You always kind of go through three phases of a season. You're excited for it to start. So the start kind of flies by, and then January, February feels like the dog days, and then all of a sudden you're at the end of the season before you know it.
We'll get into the matchup here this weekend, talk a little bit about last week as well, but starting off with some individual pieces. Earlier today, Steelheads captain A.J. White named the ECHL Sportsmanship Award, and a pretty nice feather in the cap there, and very deserving for Whitey.
Oh, absolutely, very deserving. That award goes to a guy who exemplifies sportsmanship, but also skill, and AJ's having one of his best career years, and doesn't take too many penalties as well, so it's always nice to have him on the ice.
Yeah, only 4 minor penalties this season for A.J. White, and a career-high 26 goals this season. Then yesterday it was announced that defenseman Patrick Cudled named to the ECHL All-First Team. What he's done this season has been pretty remarkable as well. 10 goals and 50 assists, and obviously a couple call-ups to the American Hockey League as well.
Yeah, he came right in and built off his season last year. Anytime you have a 60-point D-man, that's very helpful. So very, very well-deserved and well-earned by him.
Well, not only do you have one 60-point D-man, you have two. Matt Register with 61. He was named to the second team. What he's done across his 11 years in the ECHL, 5 times on the first team, 3 times on the second team. He just doesn't slow down, does he?
No, he just keeps getting better. Just adding to the list of his accomplishments at this level, and another feather in the cap for, I'm sure, a one-day ECHL Hall of Famer.
Well, last week the Steelheads capped off a 3-game home series sweep over the Rapid City Rush. Coach, you look at it, all 3 games were decided by 2 goals. You guys have been pretty darn good in 2-goal games this year, and learning some key lessons down the stretch here as you gear up for the postseason coming right around the corner.
No, absolutely. Especially those empty net situations. To be able to really defend them for 3 minutes at a time and ultimately get an empty net goal when we needed it was huge. But I thought it was just good for our guys to get back to the winning ways. I thought we battled hard, competed hard, played the way we needed to play, and got rewarded with 3 wins.
Mentioned getting rewarded. You guys actually, a couple weeks ago when you were in Utah, you only won 1 of 3 games, but you were pretty happy with the way you guys played. So it was nice to get rewarded last week. What was the biggest difference in terms of coming away on the right side last week versus the previous week?
Sometimes it just bounces. Other times, maybe we have take a few things personal against the team and come out with just a little bit extra oomph. We've always been a team that's been able to score goals, and I thought we did a pretty good job defending last week. But what we've really been preaching the last month and a half is not necessarily the outcome with us being locked in second. It's more the process and how we're playing as a team. I think we're headed in the right direction.
Well, you look at it here tonight and tomorrow as well, another team that's fighting for their playoff lives. We had just mentioned that Utah had taken 2 of 3 from you guys a couple of weeks ago in their home arena, and you guys are going to look to knock them out of the playoffs here the next 2 nights.
Yeah, that's the goal. We just want to come and play our game. They're a very good team on home ice, so they're tough to beat in their building. But now we're back home here where we're also a very good team, and it's tough to beat us here.
Lastly, most importantly, you want to come away with 2 victories. Winning is a nice thing. You know that you're locked in as the 2nd seed in the Mountain Division. Aside from winning both these games, what are you looking for over the next 2 games heading into playoffs next week? Just
making sure our structure is in place, and we're looking after the details, and ultimately at the end of the day, just that we feel good about ourselves. Playing the right way leads to that. We don't want to get loose and not feel great after the 2 games. So we got to make sure we're dialed and feeling good about ourselves heading into next week. There you have it. That's Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen. Sheener, as always, thanks for the time. Appreciate it, and have some fun tonight. Thanks for having me.